Can you please tell us who you are?
My name's Phil Manning. I'm manager of St Olave Church, Hart Street in the City of London, where we are at the moment.
Can you tell us when the window of Edith Cavell was installed at your church here?
The work of restoring the church after the catastrophic bomb damage of the Second World War took place between 1951 and 1954. The decision to restore the church wasn't made until 1947, the major damage having occurred in April 1941. So the church needed a lot of stabilising of the fabric before they could even begin to put the windows in. But the work of restoration took 3 years, between 1951 and 1954.
Do you have any records as to why in the Lady Chapel those subjects were chosen?
Not specifically, other than that it's notable that the images in the window are all of women. So we have Queen Elizabeth I, the Virgin Mary, who's the subsidiary dedication of this parish, in the middle, and then St Catherine on the right. Those are the three churches of the United Benefice. And then at the top we have these four great late Victorian, early 20th century philanthropists. So we have Elizabeth Fry, Florence Nightingale, Josephine Butler, and finally on the right, the rightmost one is Edith Cavell herself. And they're in smaller panels at the top.
Can you tell us a little about the artist?
The artist who did all the main window designs in here was A.E. Buss, who was the chief designer for a firm called Goddard and Gibbs, who I think are now out of business, I'm not sure. But he was their chief designer at the time. And the designs that were produced consciously introduced quite a lot of clear glass because they anticipated that buildings were going to get taller with changes in architecture. So there's a lot of clear glass in the designs, there's a lot of space, and the designs are very clear and beautifully executed right across all these windows that Buss designed. We're very, very proud of them.
Yes, they should be.
Yeah,
lovely.
indeed.
Can you tell us a little about what you think about Edith Cavell?
Edith Cavell is an immensely impressive figure, to put it mildly. It's quite hard, I think, for us to get back into the mindset of a late Victorian, early 20th century person, male or female. There were so many things about codes of honour and society structures that are not totally different, but markedly different from our ways of doing things, to be rather strange. Not untoward, but just strange. You know, we can't quite get ourselves into all of the mindsets. Also, in our generation, we've not been involved in global war in the same way that her generation was, and we're talking about our grandparents' generation. My grandfather was in the First World War, for example, both my grandfathers. She's clearly a person of enormous moral strength and courage. Reading her history, I can't but imagine she was also strongly informed by Christian belief and principle, her father having been a vicar. She is honoured by the Anglican Church on a particular day each year. She's buried in Norwich Cathedral, or the precincts of Norwich Cathedral, which required a special dispensation, legal dispensation, to allow that to happen. Her remains were brought back from Belgium, I believe it was, after the war. She clearly has a place of national honour, but also honour at the heart of the church. So that's quite interesting and significant, I think.
Thank you very much, Phil.
It's my pleasure.